What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop. It is another Drew Estate Cigars, Tabak, and Tech Tip Sunday, powered by Monster Energy Rehab. All right, today's tech tip. Before we move on to our tip, if you go into a shop on the regular, you've probably become friends with the staff. You know everybody there. We've got a guy at our shop. He knows everybody. The other day, customer came in. She brought us some donuts like she normally does, and she was chatting with Eric for probably like a half hour out in the shop. We were busy at that time. We were shorthanded. I didn't know her that well, not as good as Eric does. So I went inside, caught my manager. I go, hey, can you go get, I forget what her name was now. Can you go get her and bring her inside? Eric hasn't touched the car yet, and he's still got to work on it, and he's still got to do all these other stuff. So Luke was nice, like, hey, can you come here for a second? And, just got her just distracted where she was in and, not bothering him. We love it when you come out and say hi to us. Just come out and say hi, and then, and then just kind of wait in the waiting room. Because sometimes we do things that look weird. Like we use weird things as hammers. We're probably hammering on something that maybe looks like it shouldn't be hammered on, and it probably shouldn't be hammered on at all. But we do it because, sometimes you just got to hammer on some stuff to see if it works and see if you can get it working again. So that's part of the diag. But yeah, so that's what that is. Just say hi. We love it when you bring donuts, and thank you. So later on that same day, I had a customer come back. She was a little, and I always say that women make like 85% of all the automotive decisions out there. So, you hear me say that a lot. She came back, had her car serviced elsewhere. She was out of town. She was a little irritated because they told her cabin air filter was dirty, and we had just replaced it at the shop. And now she's wondering what if we replaced it, if we took advantage of her. And she was a good customer, and we're like, we've replaced your filters on occasion. I know Luke, the store manager, had looked it up, and whatever it was, every 10,000-12,000 miles, pretty consistently, she had cabin air filter changed. And so he had asked her, I was standing there, he's like, well, what did the cabin air filter look like when they showed it to you? And she goes, well, I don't know. I didn't see it. They just said it was dirty. And you believe them? No, and you should. You should be able to believe that person that is recommending a service. But if you had known that you had just gotten it replaced, why didn't you question, can I see the cabin air filter? And we see this often from people, and real big, it's weird dealerships and brakes. We get more vehicles in from our local dealerships, and then they come to us, because we service our vehicles. Hey, I need brakes. I was in for whatever warranty service, or sometimes they get free oil changes, and then they come to us for tires and rotations and alignments and things. I was just at the dealership, and they said I need brakes. Did they tell you why? No, just said I needed brakes. There's nothing wrong with asking to go out to a vehicle and look at your vehicle, see what's wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with asking to see the air filter, the cabin air filter, whatever it is they're recommending. I tell people to use the auspice of, can I take a picture of that real quick? I need to send that to my husband. Or or anything else. I need to show it to my son. He's the mechanic in the family, and he always says, Mom, you didn't need that air filter. You didn't need them wiper blades. They were just fine. But if the wiper blades are torn, you can have a picture. That way, you do have, like I said, there's nothing. Luckily, my wife, I service her vehicles, not very occasionally. She's overdue for oil change now. But we hear this all the time from guys. I hear this from guys. My wife came back from the such place. They said they needed this, and this, and I know they took advantage of her. Did you, Scooter? Or did you just not replace that air filter? We've had this conversation between me and you before, not him, but me and you watching this, that you get these people, oh, you know, I could have done that air filter myself for half that. Yeah, but now I'm talking I told your wife last 3 oil changes, she needed an air filter and you haven't done it. So she finally decides to do it. And then now you're mad because it costs more money. Then do it. Do it, bro. Just change the air filter, change the cabin, change the wiper blades, Google it. None of that stuff takes more than a minute. Stop playing your video games, stop sitting around smoking cigars, and just change your wife's oil if you can do it. That one hit a little close to home. But yeah, so at the end of the day, you know, on the lady, the customer was like, we'll give you your money back, you know, which we did. I would rather, I know she was ripped off. We know she's a good customer. She's a good customer. It was like, okay, maybe we charged you for it. Maybe the technician forgot to put that, you know, and it's just, we're not feeding her a line, but we don't want to lose a good customer over, you know, a $20, $30 air filter. But it was, but when we recommend an air filter, a cabin air filter, things like that, we actually take them, we show it's show and tell, educate and sell. So we show the customer, tell them why it's bad, educate them why that this needs to be replaced, and then sell them that component. You know, air filters, those are easy, especially cabin air filters. As you can see, it's clogged. This is the air you're breathing. AC, you know, engine air filter, same thing. You know, engine needs clean air, needs lots of air. Wiper blades torn, they're streaking. Show and tell, educate and sell. But there's nothing wrong with asking to see that part. If the shop won't let you see the part, or they won't let you come out into the shop, like customer, you come out, we're like, hey, you know, we'd like to show you a couple things. People, an axle, you know, like a lot of people don't realize what a CV axle is. Most people can't visualize what that is. I don't have one in the showroom. So we'll have you come out of the shop. We'll get you a pair of safety glasses that you can wear. You know, we'll make sure, you know, we tell the other techs, hey, you know, customer coming out into the shop, everybody kind of stops what they're working on, so nobody gets hit with flying anything else. We make it a safe environment for you to venture out into. So we know you probably don't have slip resistant shoes. You're probably wearing something nicer than us, so we don't want you to bump into anything greasy. And then we will show you, you know, this is an axle. You may not know what a bad axle looks like, but you would know that piles of grease slung underneath your car from when your axle boot is torn, that's probably a bad thing, you know. So take a picture of it, you know, that way if your significant other later on says, why'd you get that replaced, you can pull it out and be like, this is why I got it replaced. Same thing with belts. I can't take a belt off and bring it into the lobby and show you, but I can show you, you know, this is what a new belt looks like, and you see that yours is missing this whole chunk. It needs that chunk to work. So if someone tries to come in and say, hey, you need a belt, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to just say, can you show me? If they hesitate, don't buy it. Go somewhere else. Get a second opinion. Come to us. Tires Plus, Firestone Complete Auto Care, Hibden Tires Plus, Wheelworks. Come to us. You're like, hey, you know, so-and-so shop said I needed this stuff done. They wouldn't show me. They wouldn't let me out in the shop. Can I get a second opinion? We're more than happy to do that. It's what we do. So, don't be hesitant to ask for your stuff. Don't be hesitant to ask for your parts back. You know, air filter, we just throw them away. New one comes in a box. We're more than happy to put the old one in a box. You can take it home to your husband and fling it at him. You're like, hey, look how bad this was. You said you were going to do this, and you didn't. So now, there. It's coming back. I really need to change Jessica's oil. She's been getting on me about that. I've been busy. All right, cats and kittens, this has been another Drew Estate Cigars Tabak and Tech Tip Sunday, powered by Monster Energy Rehab. I don't know if we actually talked about anything important today. just thinking back, I didn't have any like notes this week or anything, so we'll see you next week.